Hey family, I hope you guys are having an amazing, magical day. Today I want to share something with you that really helped me get through the most challenging year of my life. And it's not just my life, it have also been many others, and it's 2020. So this video right here is made inside December 2020. And the reason why I wanted to put that date in there because as the years drive through, many other people will come back to reflect on this video to help them through their most challenging time. When the year first started, many people had different goals. Many people had different things that they want to achieve. Many people was able to reformat a old way of thinking and move into a positive mindset. But then something changed. Before I get into that something changed and how what I'm about to talk about is going to benefit you, I want to kind of take you back to how it began for me. So the end of 2019, we move into 2020, and it was a time of transition for me. And the transition is I have been a coach. I have ran my own business for many years, but I have worked full time for other companies in between that time. So the transition for me is that the end of 2019, I finally built the idea that I'm going to take my business full time as a full time life coach. And I was working a job that paid very well. Very well. I was in upper management, so I got paid very well. But that's not important. What was important is that I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy. I wasn't content. I was in that strange place of a dilemma that I'm not doing what makes me happy 100% of the time. So I finally got to the point where I said, I'm ready to receive my blessing, fully open to receive the blessing that was bestowed upon me since birth. And it's not just me, we all have a gift. And I'm going to talk about that very shortly. So I decide I'm going to put in a resignation letter. I decide I'm going to resign from my position. I'm going to call it a day. The same field that I've been working in upper management for almost 20 years, I'm going to walk away from it, and I'm going to actually become a full-time life coach. So I put in my resignation letter. I finally get the mindset that it was time to make this happen. I put the resignation letter in early February. Early February, I said, you know what? I'm going to follow what I know I'm supposed to do. You're probably somebody watching this and you know what you're supposed to do, but you've been putting it off for so long, and I've been putting this off for so long. But I finally said, 2020, I'm walking away. I'm not going to let nobody push me away from the place or the thing I have done for 20 years. I'm going to walk away. So I put in my resignation letter and I walk away at beginning of March. The end of March, I put in a month or so resignation. After I put my resignation in, the COVID became a topic. That's when the COVID became a topic, hitting the news, hitting the radio waves, and my supervisor comes to me and says, "Hey, did you hear about what's going on in the news?" And I said, "Yeah, I heard about it." And things started escalating. I mean, it went from 1 to 100 quick. And she says, "You know what? Why don't you stay? Why don't you just stay for a while until maybe do another 5-6 months, or why don't you just stay, because you may be in a danger zone if you leave a job where has a stable foundation for you." I thought about it, and I talked it over with the people who care about me. It's important to have people in your corner that care about you. Doesn't matter if it's one person, 5 people, 10 people, but I talked to the people in my life and the person in my life that mattered the most. So they said, "Hey, you got to stick by what it is that you believe in." And that inner voice that's been telling you to do this for so long, it's time for you to step out, not only on faith, but belief that you are the person to do it. So I leave the job, and I mean things get really bad. Now I'm a full-time coach. And let me just tell you, I made more money in my business as a coach when I left the hospital, when I left that line of work, than I have ever done. And I was fearful. I was a little fearful because I felt that I'm leaving this high-paying job just to possibly lose everything. But what I want to share with you is that when you believe in yourself, when you throw off that old idea of thinking, that old mindset of thinking, connect to who you know you're supposed to be. Begin to acquire the knowledge. Knowledge leads to wisdom. Then I was able to actually hire me a coach. I hired me a coach around that same time, and that person was able to help me build a mindset that was different than the place I have always been in. And I always tell people, you need a coach. Even the coach need a coach. So this person was able to help me formulate the ideas of what I had to become successful, even when things seemed impossible. And the reason I'm sharing this with you right here is not to say what I did is impossible or to brag. It's not about that at all. What it's about is that you have a skill, you have ideas, you have been in a position that you are not happy about, and these challenging times show you who you are. So I want to share with you these things right here. It's going to really help you wake up and come out of that slumber, that sleep state, and that place that you no longer desire to be in. Let me say that again. The place that you no longer desire to be in. Once you actually accept who you are, once you acknowledge who you're supposed to be, and once you start acting in accordance with the person that was bestowed this power of greatness, then you will excel at anything that you do. The only person that's holding you back is your mindset. As a mindset coach, I know, because different things that I have been through, I know exactly how they can go under the radar and keep you in a place of uncomfortability for so long. And then at some point in time, you wake up, but you haven't built the foundation strong enough to be able to walk off and walk into the destination or place that you want to be. So I'm going to talk about the first thing, self-care. What's important to you? Self-care, what is important to you, you'll actually make the time to do. Let me say that again. Self-care, what's important to you? What's important to you? When it's important to you, eventually you will make the time to see it through. The hardest thing about change is starting. That's the hardest thing about change right there, because it seems so impossible to get to the place that you want to be that you never even start. So what I'm here to tell you today, reevaluate the things in your life that you wanted to work on, the things that you wanted to do. Begin the process, but you have to make it important in your life. And important mean, hypothetically, your jobs, let's say you're going to work at 7 a.m. in the morning. If your job told you in 30 days, your new time to come into work will be 6:30, you may not agree with it. So you're going to have two options. You're either going to come in at 6:30, or you're going to resign from that position. Most time in life, people, they don't resign. They stay doing the same thing and expecting a different result. They do the same thing expecting a different result. So your self-care is about putting the time in, starting the process, and making it important in your life. And when things become important, you start to make more growth and more progress in that area. And making time for yourself is not just about spending quality time. It's what are you doing to develop yourself. It's not just about, let me go read a book. That's fine. You got to acquire knowledge. Knowledge leads to wisdom. But you need to be able to say, what are the things that I need to do to better me? And usually the things that you need to do to better you are usually the things that you put off, because you'll find the easier things to do. And when I say easier, the mind works in a very strategic way where it tries to find the easiest way possible to accomplish something until you train it. Once you train it, it starts doing things in accordance with your will, in accordance to the things that you want. You begin to affect life. Life is no longer affecting you. So self-care time, being able to find quality time where you are alone, but finding things that's going to help you become better, a better version of who you know you're supposed to be. Whether that's eating right, working out, reading a book, walking outside, going jogging, spending time doing things that you actually like. These things right here, when you in accordance with that law, and you're given the self-care that you need, you'll find more harmony and more balance in your life. Until you make it important in your life, you'll never find the value to achieve or get to the place where you want to be at. The spiritual connection. Spiritual connection was about alignment. Alignment, finding a purpose, and having a desire to see it through. So the spiritual connection was the purpose and desire to connect with a higher essence. The higher essence is whatever your spirituality is connected to. So if you're somebody who believes in Buddha, you believe in magical energies, you believe in fairies, you believe in the gods from ancient times, you believe in Jehovah, whoever you wish to believe in, your spiritual connection should be in alignment with that process. Now, you may be somebody saying that I don't have any religion, I just believe there's a higher source. Guess what? You have to connect to that higher source of whatever you believe it to be. And it has to be in accordance with the things that you want. So when you ask and you're praying, you're meditating, you're building an idea to correct these magical energies to the thing that you want. Or you connect to the magical essence, not only the magical essence, but the spiritual essence. Because everything is energy first, then it's physical second. So if you think on the grounds of manifesting things that you want, how strong is your spiritual foundation? How strong is it? The manifestation of what you want, or the manifested things that you want, is in accordance with how strong is the foundation and how strong is the magical link. People may say, I prayed, or I asked for a brand new car, brand new house. I asked for more money. I asked for this. But in reality, their magical link is so weak. And when I say magical link is weak, everything that they do has nothing to do with who they are, who they want to be. Everything that you're asking, you're not following the laws to actually achieve it. You may say that I want to get to this place right here, but yet you're not doing the groundwork. You're not building the foundation. Meditation, daily prayer, daily affirmations, daily actionable steps to actually achieve your result. Most people say things don't work. The reason why they don't work is because you don't do it every single day. You give yourself that wiggle room, and what happens is that wiggle room turns from 1 hour to 1 day to 1 week to a month. Next thing you know, it's a year, and you realize you're not progressing to the level that you want to because you are allowing yourself to go down a path that does not give actionable results to the purpose that you wish to achieve. So your actionable results, the connecting link to your magical link, needs to be in alignment with what you want, your daily actions, and the things that you're doing every day to achieve that result. So the magical link should be worked on every single day. Whether you're visualization is a powerful tool. The imagination is a powerful tool. Words of power is a powerful tool. feeling the essence of what it is that you're asking for to be true is a viable, valuable tool. So the spiritual connection, you can't get over that hurdle. And when I say hurdle, the things that you want in life, sometimes you got to crawl or you got to walk up the mountain. And the mountain is not just an empty, flat surface. The mountain is not just, let me walk up a few steps and I can go around and get there. No, the mountain is so steep that it seems impossible to achieve, or it seems impossible to get to the top. But if you have the faith, you have the willpower, the desire, the purpose to actually walk that journey and achieve what you know you're supposed to achieve, no matter how long it may take, you will actually get to the top. And this is how you got to look at it. The bigger your dreams, the bigger your goals, the bigger your ideas, the stronger your willpower and faith have to be to the spiritual and or the magical link. The next thing is progress. Why is it that people don't get that momentum for progress? Why is it that they feel stuck? Why is it that year after year you feel that you're one step away from becoming who you know you're supposed to? You one step away from walking through that door and actually living the life that you want. Why? The reason why people feel stuck, most time you're doing something out of fear, you're doing something out of an emotional response, and therefore you're not in alignment with who you are. Just like you're supposed to, open a daycare. Just like you're supposed to write a book. Just like that you're supposed to be a mechanic. Just like you're supposed to be a doctor. Just like you're supposed to start your own business. But the thing about it is, you are afraid because you're not sure what the outcome would be. So therefore, or you're doing something every single day and you're diverting all your energy into something that is not even you. You may be given 80 hours, you may be given 180 hours to a company every 2 weeks, 160 hours, 120 hours. Once you get home, you're so drained, you don't have the necessary energy to put into the things that you want to achieve. Or therefore, what you want seems so big, you just give up on it. You always find an alternate reason of why you should do it later. Or you don't believe in yourself because you don't have the correct mindset. So those barriers, those obstacles, that something deep inside of you seems to be holding you back even when you want to make progress. You make 4 steps forward, you feel like you go 5 steps back. So being able to make the progress mean, what things can you stop doing to get to where you want to be at? Let me say that again. What things can you stop doing to get to where you want to be at? What things do you have to give up in order to get to where you want to be at? What people do you possibly have to leave behind to get to where you want to be at? What sacrifices do you need to make today to get to where you want to be at in a year from now? So progress is about planting a seed. You can't expect to eat the fruits of your labor a day after. You can't plant the apple tree seed and then come out tomorrow morning talking about it's time to eat apples. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. So the thing that you have to do, what seed do you want to plant today? If you've been planting seeds of doubt, you got to get away from that tree. Because guess what? That tree has bloomed and is casting the shadow of defeat over you. Because everything you're trying to do, guess what? You're living in the shadow. The shadow of other people, the shadow of other people's failure, listening to people who don't believe in you, who don't care about you. So it's time for you to plant the seed that you want to plant. Begin to recognize that the different routes that you've been walking, it's time to stop that. I heard a phrase many years ago that says, when you dig yourself so deep in a hole, sometimes the only way to go is to dig your way through to the other side. Some people got to dig their way through to the other side. Nothing is impossible. It's only impossible if you believe that it's impossible in your life. Confucius say, he who believes he can do it and he who believes he can't do it are usually both correct. So take these 3 things right here that I shared and implement them in your life for 2021. The things that you said you want to do, you have to take actionable steps. You have to acquire the knowledge. Once you acquire the knowledge, and acquiring the knowledge means correcting the improper mindset that you have been carrying around for so long. Once you get through that phase right there, now you begin to acquire wisdom. And many people in life, sometimes people may say, so and so appear to be lucky. That person appear to be lucky. They always seem to be getting things. It's not that they always getting things or luck. It's that they planted the correct seed, and now they get to eat from the fruits of their labor. And labor doesn't mean hard work. Labor means now that the correct seeds that was planted now begin to blossom into the things that they want, the things that they wish to accomplish. So I challenge you for 2021, don't set back and let life affect you. Learn how to affect it. Walk in your purpose. Challenge yourself to be better than you were yesterday. Self-care. Connect with your self-care, the spiritual connection, the magical link, and implement the progress and the processes in your life to actually get the result that you want. And if you're not sure where to start, I highly suggest you can get a vision board, acquire more knowledge by asking people. And if you need to, the biggest thing that people do wrong, they keep on just waiting. Or they're talking to people who are not going in their direction. They're talking to people who's not walking in their own journey or their own purpose. So these people have planted the seeds of defeat in their own life. So guess what happened? When you stand around the wrong set of people for so long, guess what? That shade from their tree will begin to affect you. And you'll be unhappy, and years will pass, and you'll realize the things that you wanted to do have been put on a back burner. So I challenge you for January 2021, and things is going to still be rough. But guess what? It don't have to be rough for you. But you have to make a decision. It's either I want to win or I want to fail. And if you're somebody who want to win and you plant the correct seeds, you'll be able to grow that tree to the success that you want. So I hope you like this video right here. Comment in the section below and let me know the things that you started doing, and let me know how these points that I touched on have connected with your life to help make you better. I look forward to connecting with y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later.